In just 1 week, I need to figure out how to make Grand Theft Auto from scratch. Okay, maybe not from scratch, but I will be coming up with a lot of advanced AAA systems that are normally used by companies such as Rockstar. Because unlike a lot of my games that are very linear and normally closed off to open world exploring, we will have to do the exact opposite. We will have to create a vast open world with cars, people, interactable objects, and even terrain. And possibly even make a storyline, or at least I try. So to get started, I need to try to tackle the biggest and most difficult part of this project: drivable AI. Researching this topic actually went as far back as January with my Beef Boss game, and I wanted to create AI cars that are similar to Grand Theft Auto. Because why couldn't an indie company or a single person be capable of making a system like this? I mean, how hard could it be? Yeah, so it turns out it's really hard. Like, you need a 4-year college degree in computer science hard. But luckily, I have a 2-year degree in film and like 4 months of basic node logic, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I managed to shit out a driving AI system that is attached to a spline that moves around the map, and when the player gets close to that car, they can grab the civilian, pull them out, and beat them senseless. And I mean, it wouldn't be Grand Theft Auto if you didn't have this mechanic. But now that we have the Grand Theft Auto part, we need to make a city filled with people. Imagine an AI that could eat, sleep, and even go to a horrible 9-to-5 job where they want to die. Well, you don't have to imagine it now because I made it. Not only do the AI have scheduled day and night cycles, but they can even have designated beds and apartments where they live, which is pretty cool. Honestly, it makes me feel bad about killing them, to be honest. Well, that thought's gone. So to build a city, you would probably need architects, designers, planners, and even geologists to make sure things are done correctly and accurately in the real world. But instead I threw a bunch of buildings and it kind of looked cool, so you know what, I went for it. Oh yeah, I don't have a design degree, could you tell? Now that we have a city with people in it, we need to kill those people. Now I could have made my own shooting and weapon pickup system from scratch, but instead, I turned to the third-person weapon system, which basically turns 2 birds and 1 stone into a killtacular with 1 bullet. It's actually really cool. It's almost like the exact copy of the same system used in San Andreas, except it's not PS1 looking. So now we can snipe people, blow them up, and even stab them to death. But before we can continue our massacre, we need to make sure everything is running up to specs. So this is arguably one of the most difficult and most important parts of any game to make it function at usable frame rates. And as much as I tried to make everything optimized, from AI despawning with saved locations and respawning back in when the player is close, to even having LODs, which stand for level of detail, being more accurately used, nothing worked. I tried everything. It sucks. I almost quit. I even used Unreal Engine's advanced level streaming features, which kind of suck. And yet, I still couldn't get it to stay at 30 frames. What did you think that was going to affect us? Fuck no. Decrease the card count, remove costly code. We don't need that shit. Destroy infrastructure, downsize, improve. Ah, perfect. 35 frames. Hey everyone, I just thought I'd stop by at the end of the video and let you know about some cool stuff I'm working on patreon.com/thrillthewheel. If you support me on Patreon right now with $10, you will be eternalized into every game I create. Let me elaborate. With a profile picture of your choice, we will use the power of digital computer imaging to transfer your essence into every game and play your own big head character in every game. It's like GoldenEye, but like shitty. Not only can you play as yourself, but you can also play as me and every other Patreon member who signs up. So what are you waiting for? There's only 100 spots left, and once they're gone,
they're gone.
But if you sign up, your spot will be secured for every game that I make in the future. But anyway, thanks for all the support lately. It's been crazy, overwhelming. You guys are insane. We're almost to 100K. And I can't wait to get a YouTube plaque so I can smash it over my head.